But it's a really short throw. And it's way tighter, and I love that. We got another review. What's up? So it's been a little bit of some time since we did a install and review video other than the VCs, but this one, thank you to 500 Madness, we got the Bonnaloom short shifter to install along with a new boot, a Madness boot. So we're gonna go ahead and show you how to install this, and then we're gonna give a review on it and see how much shorter the throws actually are. This one is actually a short shifter, so it shortens up, down, and side-to-side travel, while a short shift adapter only does up and down. So if you want to do that side-to-side too, you're going to want a real short shifter, not just an adapter. But we're going to hop right into installing this. You need like barely any tools, so let's get started. So first step to doing this, you're going to need to remove your shift knob. I have an aftermarket one. If you have the stock leather one, you actually have to pop the cap off that's on the center. Pop that off, and then there will be a bolt there that you have to loosen and the whole thing can come off. But for mine, I just have to twist the bottom portion off, and then I can remove this shift knob. Alright, and then next step would be to actually remove the whole plastic portion. So if you can't do it with your fingers or hands, you can get a plastic pry tool or a flathead or something and come in here, right here to this crack, and you can just pop it up, slide it out, and then you're gonna have your two window switch plugs back here. Those are pretty easy to just pop out. You just kind of have to get them from the back, like that, like that. Remove that, and then we'll get to the boot install after we actually do the short shifter install. Okay, so now that we have access to the actual shifter, for this step you're just going to need a flathead, and there's two little things we have to pop off. They're little linkages, so you just get a flathead in between them and kind of pop that guy off, and then this one over here, I think this one's a little bit harder to pop off. There we go. Those two are off, so you're probably gonna feel like you're gonna break it, but you're not, so don't worry. And then the next step is getting the actual plastic retainer out, which is a little bit of a process. Alright, so when you're popping this out, you can kind of see them when you're in person. There's little kind of side clips to them. You just have to shove your flathead in, and you can just kind of do this, and it'll free itself from the side clips. I just hit the camera. And then do that all the way around. You'll see there's probably like 5 or 6 of them, and you kind of just keep popping those until it's free. And then once you get all those unsnapped, you can just pop it right out. This is the plastic kind of retainer that's holding in your shifter, and then you kind of just have to work it out of here like that. And be careful when you're doing this so you don't break this, in case you do have to reinstall your stock one if you don't like the way the short shifter feels. So just kind of take your time when you're taking it apart so you don't break anything, and you don't want anything to fall down in there anyway. So but yeah, we got the stock one out, so we can actually start reinstalling the new one. Okay, when you pull out the stock one, before you can install the new Bonnaloom, there's a rubber O-ring that sits at the bottom underneath the white plastic. Kind of looks like that. Remove that. You're not putting this back in. You're going to replace it with this little, like, looks like it got bent in the package, but it's not, metal one. That you just go ahead and place into the bottom like so. And we also went ahead and re-greased mine. As you can tell, my fingers are dirty just because we don't want it grinding anything or how it is. So installing the new one, you don't use that stock white one. The Bonaloom has a different, like, really designed plastic, better plastic one. So we're gonna go ahead and pop this new guy in. Just slide it in like this under that spring guy over here. You kind of just pop that guy in there like so. And there you go. Nah. So yeah, you kind of just have to work it into place till it kind of sits. And then you're gonna go ahead and reattach your linkage that you popped off with the flathead. Like so. And then once you get those linkages snapped back on, it's time to place the snap ring on. So you're gonna need a set of snap ring pliers. So they kind of look like that, got little nipples at the end. And you're gonna slide your snap ring over here onto this, and then it's going to go right into where those stock kind of clips that hang over are. And you gotta get it under there. So it's a little bit of a process, but you can do it.
You can do it
if you believe. Dang it. So me and Ben switched spots.
Quick switch up.
We were kind of struggling with that snap ring.
Really, two tools you need: flathead screwdriver, snap ring pliers. We got it into place kind of, and then went right here next to the teeth, and just using that little bit that's showing off the snap ring, just give it a tap and it's gonna pull itself into place. Just cause that what Damon called a messed up piece of metal, that little spring steel at the bottom, that's pushing up on it. So you're really just fighting that motion and pushing it back down into place. But
she's seated now, and you can tell she's a whole lot shorter. It's ridiculous. But we're gonna get everything buttoned up, and then we're gonna show you how much shorter it is while it's all set up, and we're gonna show you how to do the boot as well, because that takes a little bit of time because there's things that can break very easily on it. And we're also going to respray my little shift knob ring. We're gonna paint it red because it's silver, it doesn't match anything. But the Bonaloom is in. Alright, so since I'm painting my shift knob right now and letting it dry, but since the kit comes with a boot from 500 Madness, which I will link in the description, I'm going to show you how to install it. So when you flip this plastic piece over, there's just a few clips over here, and there's two ones that have a metal kind of snap guy on them. So you just kind of got to push the clips in. If you're not pushing them super hard, they won't break, so just be a little bit gentle with them. And then you kind of pop these guys out, squeeze these, and these will pop like that. And then you can set the pliers down. And now all that you have is this chrome retaining ring, which I'm painting black as well, along with the little window switch guys. And they're held in by these little clips around the side. You can see right here, I pulled this off before and I did break one because they're super brittle. So be careful when you do it, but you kind of just pop these guys to the side. You got a little, pop these ones to the side, pop that guy down, that one's broke. That guy down, and last one down. This comes apart, and then you can remove these metal guys. Remember which ones they go on. You'll see they're kind of grabbed, so you can kind of see where they go. And then you just pull your boot off. And pull the ring out. Get rid of your stock boring boot. And you grab your cool 500 Madness boot. Open her up. And throw the new boot onto this ring. This kind of takes time. And then you kind of just feed the new boot onto the plastic rings. You just gotta figure out which way it actually sits in there. Something like this, I believe. And then you just reinstall it the same way you uninstalled it. Alright, so we went ahead and painted all my chrome pieces because I hate chrome. But once you get your boot seated into that retaining thing, you go ahead and grab the chrome, now mine's black, other clip, and you go ahead and just kind of line up the pieces, and you can click these into place and kind of just work them back onto the piece. We got some background noise for you guys. And once this is all clicked back in, we can set it into this guy, which goes like this. But first, I need to put the little metal guys on. So now you go ahead and place your little metal clips that you took off back on. Okay, and then clip this back into here. Like so. And that's a new shift boot install. Just like that. Now we can actually start going and buttoning up the short shifter and the rest of this, so we can go for a little drive and show you how much better it is. Alright, so now we're just going to go ahead and install this back, so we can slide this over a little bit and go ahead and clip your window switches back in so you don't go to reach for them and they don't work. Okay, and then you kind of get it up first. Get your boot guy on there. Then there's these two little side guys you gotta slide in. Clips back into place. And now we can start messing with the shift knob. Let me get rid of these gloves now. And now you can just put your shift knob back on. New red piece. This guy, which we have to use the Allen for. If you have this shift knob, make sure you get these tight because I keep having mine come loose. Would help if you put a little bit of Loctite on the little set screws. And you slide this guy back on. And there's your new install. You kind of just place your bracelet back on there, like so. And then there's a Velcro that you gotta adjust so it gets all tight around here so you're all good. But it's a really short throw. And it's way tighter and I love that. So we're gonna go for a drive. See how fast I can shift with a short shifter and see how it feels when the car is actually running. Let's go. Well, we're doing a little drive right now and I can already feel I mean, it's crazy how much shorter it actually is. Just a fifth too. Second, fifth. It's so much shorter and it feels a lot better too. It's a lot stiffer, which I personally, I like that a little bit more. It's not feeling so floppy doppy, and you guys know what I mean if you have the stock shifter on your Fiat. But it's so much shorter and the throws just feel better. You can shift faster with this, and I definitely recommend getting this kit from 500 Madness. Like I said before, I'll link it in the description because it's a huge change. Like, definitely recommend it, and you know how to install it now if you watch this video. Just take your time with it, and God, it just feels so much better. It's crazy how much shorter it is. Ben felt it too. He thought it was shorter. The Madness boot just looks amazing. I don't have my clutch on.
I know.
But yeah, I definitely recommend getting this short shifter. And if you don't want to spend the money for the short shifter, get an adapter. You'll have that up and down, but going from like first, second to fifth, it's gonna feel a little awkward, where this one actually will make every throw shorter and smoother and just feels a lot better, unlike an adapter would. But yeah, definitely recommend the Bone and Limb short shifter. If you watched all the video, definitely drop a like and comment below if you have any questions. Hit the subscribe button, and thank you for watching. Drive!